Number 6. Wait, no, that's consent. Moving on to APUA consent calendar. Approval of phase 2 census AMI implementation project. City Manager, is that you?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. I think this is going to be our engineering department. Richard, are you on the line? Or Cavos, please? Those are the line. Yeah, come on in.
Honorable Council, Mr. Mayor, dear members of the public, the item in front of you is the next phase of the implementation of what's called the smart meters in the city of Adelanto. In 2022, the city of Adelanto entered into an agreement with a company to install smart meters throughout all residential addresses in our city. That allows us to move from manual reading of those meters into automated reading. It reduces the cost, and it also delivers increased transparency for our residents as it relates to exactly how much their usage is. Use of such technology is immense because a lot of platforms can then be built upon it. There are cities out there that essentially allow you to see in live how much you're using water, at what times, what are the dates, and so on and so forth. And it also allows us as a city to track potential leaks and set alerts for those. So the project was a little more complicated to begin with. There was a number of meters that were not working, and so additional work was required. This second phase will complete the installation on all of those residential locations. And Richard Burgess from the engineering department is here to answer any questions.
I have a few. Well, I'll go last. Go ahead,
Okay.
Councilwoman Evans.
Come. I took the liberty. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome.
I don't actually. I'm excited to see this. I didn't realize it wasn't already done. So I'm happy that we're getting back to it and hopefully can complete it this time around. Thank you.
I have no comments.
Please. Go ahead. MPT?
No comments, no questions. Thank you, Mayor.
I guess my question is for the houses that do not currently have the smart meters, right? What are we doing if there's errors and they've overpaid over the course of time?
So we won't be able to know if they've, before what's happened previously with the smart meters, we won't be able to know. Just going forward with having the smart meters, we'll be able to accurately get the information in to accurately build. And one of the biggest issues is that we had 400 and something dead meters in the city. There were meters that were not accurately reading right. And so that's going to be the biggest effect, is being able to change out those dead meters and put the AMI smart points on those. So now we're getting full accountability with all residential, commercial, or industrial water user in the city is using. Okay. And originally, the original contract, I think, was from like 2020, something like that. It was a while back ago. And so I've been pushing on getting this completed. Well, at that original time, the quote was for what was in the city at that time. But since then, we've had a tremendous amount of growth. So this revision to their contract is to put the MXU smart points in all of the meters that currently do not have them with the original contract.
I guess the reason why I'm asking is I have, crazy enough, probably in the last 2 months, probably had like 5, maybe between like 5 and 10 residents who year over year, their bills, water usage has always been the same, right? But then the last month, it just doubled. And there was no leak. There was no change of usage of water. Nothing was different, but their bill doubled. And they were, in essence, almost like forced to pay that, right? But my question is, if we can't prove that there wasn't a water leak, if we can't prove that these things happened, and we're forcing our residents to pay those services, right? Is there any way that we can apply like some type of credit if they can show us like, if they can pull up, 3 years worth of, you know what I mean? Like water bills and
Yeah.
show like, hey, look, every October, I'm only using 100 pounds of water, you know what I mean? However it is that we measure it, right?
Mhm,
And now I'm getting hit with 300
mhm,
and nothing changed, right? Nothing, no water leaks, no nothing.
mhm.
I'm not saying that that's going to happen with hundreds and thousands of residents, right?
Mhm.
But if we do have a case by case and they don't have the smart meter, can we implement something to assist those people?
We can, I know as far as on our side, on the engineering side, we can investigate it and we could determine the cause of if there is a defect to the meter. So we could test the meters. There's the way it happens is the water goes through this valve and it's like you ever see those toys that you spin around on a table? And exactly, and it goes through that and it keeps spinning. You see it in the meter, it goes like that. So that's how it counts the revolutions and does all kinds of math to figure out the usage of water. And then it goes to the billing department. So we can take a look at testing that meter to make sure that the way it's reading is accurate. And if we determine that the meter is malfunctioned, then whatever direction the city manager would like for us to go with, then we can definitely take that direction. But at least we can give that information to the city manager to let him know based off of what we investigated out in the field. We determined that meter was malfunctioning during that time.
Got it. Thank you. Just wanted to see if we had something like that going on. All right, gonna go ahead and open up public comment here at 103. Gonna go ahead and close public comment here at 103 and look for a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
There's no items removed from the consent calendar. Our next regular meeting will be held, no, we're going dark in October, correct? Oh, just the 8th. So we'll be back on the 22nd.
Mayor, but
And
I know, I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
sent you a text. I
Oh.
tried to text you before. I know we don't have future agenda items listed because this is a quick special
Oh,
meeting,
yeah,
but
go
I
ahead.
have a small, if you don't mind. In going through the warrants today, I realized that there are times we're providing lunch for staff that come in on Fridays. While that's not a policy, and after talking to HR, it's probably not something we want to set as a policy. I'd like to see if we can bring, just for discussion, to give direction to council, I'm sorry, to staff, some sort of like unwritten rule that if the salaried folks are coming in on their day off to work, that we do cover their lunch, so that it's not a surprise. So there's a budget set aside for that. And also so that when people ask, like when I ask the question, like people let me ask the question, it's not like that sounds like some mess. Right. So it doesn't need that necessarily be a policy, but just that we give them direction and maybe even set aside some budget, some limit, something, so they can have lunch on their days off when they come in to do special projects and to get caught up on things. That's all I have.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Alrighty, and with that being said, our timeout is 104. Can I get a second? All in favor?
Aye.
See you guys.